My fiance kept insisting that I'm pregnant when I'm really not.
I'm not, I swear, I'm not.
Okay, so I, 22 female, recently got engaged to my fiancé, 23 male. We are both still living at home to save money to eventually get our own place. I still live with my parents, but I stay at his place most nights because it's closer to work and just easier. By the way, this comes from user other suggestion 1609. If you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKstorytime subreddit. I'm Dakota.
I'm Angie.
I'm Sophia.
And we're here to give good advice goofily. We're going to yap a little bit about this story, but we are not experts, so take everything with a grain of salt and let us know what you have to say in the comments. And OP says, so this New Year's Eve, we were at his parents' house with family and a few friends. Nothing crazy, just a normal family get-together. His aunt was passing out champagne to everyone and asked me if I wanted some, but before I could even respond, my fiancé reached out and he took the glass. I kind of thought it was weird, but I just ignored it because he can be oblivious sometimes. I ended up just going to the kitchen and pouring myself a drink. When I got back to the living room, he immediately noticed my drink and asked pretty loudly, "Is that champagne?"
The scandal.
He started getting really upset. He said he couldn't believe I would do that. He thought I was more responsible and that I was being reckless.
You know that should have orange juice in it.
How dare you?
How dare you pass up the opportunity for a good mimosa? I was obviously confused and asked him what he was talking about. He said something like, "You're really gonna mess things up before they even start? You're going to hurt the baby."
That is a crazy thing to say in front of other people.
It's crazy. It's crazy to say that in a room full of family to someone not pregnant at all.
Yeah. You're gonna sit here and you're gonna tell me that I'm pregnant? Who have you already told that I'm pregnant?
Maybe he's actually just really good at being sneaky. Picture this, painting the scene, middle of the night, OP, groggily, gets up to go to the bathroom. Gotta do a little tinkle. He is wearing all black.
Okay.
Follows her.
Yep.
Into the room. She doesn't turn the light on in the bathroom, I guess, for the point of this story.
She don't need it.
And he sneakily snakes. He has a little tool to get the pregnancy test into the toilet. And sneaks a little pee-pee on, and then now has the pregnancy test he knows.
So yeah, that would be the sneakiest way that he would know. Not everyone knows. My actual guess is that he told someone else that they're having a baby and that person is at this party and is going to see her drinking. Now has no time to explain her what goof he is goofed and has to just, put on. Now he's turning it around on OP being the bad guy for having champagne with a baby.
Yeah, come on. Well,
That's
we don't
my
want
guess.
the baby to be cool and sophisticated.
I guess not. No brunches for this baby.
Anyway, the room went quiet, and I was so embarrassed. I was thinking he must have had a few too many or something. I asked him, "What baby?" He said he knew I was pregnant and that he'd been trying to do the right thing. He said he found a pregnancy test in the bathroom weeks ago, and that's why he's been watching what I eat and drink. And why he proposed. Whoa!
Whoa!
Ew!
You don't even love me? You don't even want to marry me for me? You want to marry me for my baby?
This is just like that plot line in Friends. Remember?
No, I don't remember.
Like when everyone thinks that Rachel is pregnant and when they think that Phoebe is pregnant and they all propose, but it's actually Rachel.
Yes.
How do you even know that? You were like 3 years old when that show came out.
Yeah, I was really into it as a kid.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. We watched it in middle school.
Imagine finding out. I wonder if he's lying or if he's just so dumb that he can't read a pregnancy test right. That it's like so obviously like,
yeah.
One line, no. 2 line, yes.
You're right. He's like, well, I peed on it and got no lines, so what then?
This is OP. OP's
baby?
fiance.
That's the fiance. That's what the baby
Is that David? Is that David Goggins?
I don't think so.
Who was that?
I don't know. I just looked up man wearing all black.
All right.
It would have been a better joke had I done it when you were talking.
That was a greedy one. You were greedy with that one. Okay. He said he was step up to the streets. Then he said he didn't know if he had made a mistake, if this was the kind of mother I was going to be. I was literally so shocked and humiliated. I told him I'm not pregnant, but he just told me I didn't need to lie. I am not pregnant. She is not pregnant.
Oh, yeah, no.
I'm not pregnant. She's not pregnant.
And
no
OP,
one in this room is pregnant.
including OP, who
OP's
is in
not
this room
pregnant.
on this phone.
He's not pregnant.
He's not pregnant either.
You can get me pregnant. No, I'm just kidding. That doesn't work like that. Oh! 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 Auga.
Dakota,
I would marry that man.
Dakota is now pregnant. No one else in the room yet.
Whatever he wants. I ended up leaving and coming to my parents' house that night. I haven't been to his place since. He keeps trying to reach out to me to talk about it, but I'm not ready. And that brings us to last night. My fiance's mom messaged me and asked me to come over and talk. She says relationships take effort, and I shouldn't ruin my relationship over a little misunderstanding. What? I'd say that just marrying me because you found a pregnancy test that may or may not exist in my bathroom, that certainly isn't a little miscommunication.
Yeah, definitely not. Especially how everything unfolded. Because he not only was just like, wait, are you not pregnant? He started revealing all of these, like, truths that he had secret in his mind.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and it's like just marrying someone because you think you got them pregnant, that couldn't possibly lead to a bitter marriage full of resentment and
Yeah.
misunderstandings.
Like, the fact that he then tried to turn it around on you and was like, well, I was doing the right thing from, like, lying about my real reasons of wanting to be engaged with you.
Yeah.
And now you're being the bad guy because you're drinking while pregnant. How dare you? Everyone, how dare she? Everyone
How
point.
dare-
Off.
Bald!
Bald. Bald.
Oh.
Tight.
Cut off.
Pants.
Okay. I don't know what to do. I love my fiance, but I can't stop thinking, if he never thought I was pregnant, would he even have proposed to me? Literally no, because he said so.
Yeah.
I'm really rethinking the whole relationship. Am I the a-hole? No.
No.
This is weird.
Yeah.
So he found that, said absolutely nothing about it.
Yeah.
Then proposed to you, and in a room full of his entire family, then outed your non-existent pregnancy and also made you look like someone who would, drink while pregnant.
If you were pregnant and he found the test, why would he not say anything to you? Was he just waiting for you to tell him? And was that some other like test that he was waiting for?
Every single aspect of his reasoning and process after finding that test or whatever,
Yeah.
it's all a giant red flag. That's him.
Yes, it is.
Except no, that's not. He's like, that almost looks like surprised. He should be more like this.
Yeah.
What about this one?
Yeah, there you go. So now he's thinking, well, now I've got to propose. Uh-oh. There.
So,
Positive pregnancy.
That actually, I believe that was him. Yeah, that was him.
All those question marks are, when should I propose? How should I propose? Why did she not tell me this? How should I never bring this up to her again?
Yeah.
Until baby is here.
Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Oh,
Truly,
lordy,
what was
oh,
his
lordy,
plan?
lordy. All right, let's see how this doofus did this. Okay, there's an update an hour later. So, a bunch of comments are asking about the pregnancy test my fiance found. I don't know why I didn't even question that when he said it. I think I was just in shock. I've never taken a pregnancy test at his house, so I don't know if he saw something and thought it was a test or if he's being crazy and making it up. I just messaged his mom back, and I'm going to go over there to talk and figure out what I want to do. I do really like his family, and I still love my fiance or boyfriend. I don't know what to call him now. He's never really done things to make me worry before, so I want to at least listen before I throw everything away. And there's another update. 2 days later. Yesterday, I went over to my boyfriend's house, and it did not go as expected.
Oh boy.
I honestly don't even know what I was expecting, but after reading some of your comments about whose test it was, or if it even was a pregnancy test, I had to find out. What other...
That's right. Wait.
Could it... Oh.
Did he saw a vid test?
Yeah.
How do you not know what that looks like? Come on, doggy.
I mean, they're
Come on.
22 and 23.
The vid test does look a lot like an ovulation test, though. And I know this because for my sketch show, Savannah bought an ovulation test because they were out of pregnancy tests and we needed
Interesting.
one for the show.
And someone was like, oh, great, I have the vid. And really, it's just like, they're
You're
just
just
ovulating.
I thought you were going to be like, for our sketch show, we wanted to all sync up our cycles.
No, that's for this one.
My boyfriend was really happy to see me when I got there. I don't think his mom told him I was coming. He seemed really genuine and kept apologizing. His mom asked us to sit down, and she started crying and saying she doesn't want to ruin our relationship, and she loves both of us and wants the best for us. And then she shows us a sonogram.
What?
It was his mom's test.
What? Mama pregnant!
Pregnant mother. Pregnant mother.
Ah! You can't see, but this worm was also very shocked.
Oh.
Pregnant mom!
Will. That's why he's so upright. He's shocked. Okay. Literally all of this stupid drama because my boyfriend is an idiot. He said he didn't think his mom could get pregnant anymore because she's in her 40s. So the only other possibility was for it to be mine. But he didn't want to ask me, so I could tell him myself.
Why?
What a stupid little guy.
Why don't you want to ask your girlfriend if she's pregnant? You're just gonna get engaged to her instead?
Yeah.
Why?
He's just going to assume and double down, and it's going to be fine. Classic. A classic cool guy move right there. He didn't want to harsh the mellow, you know? I do love surprising people, so honestly, that does make sense. But it had been weeks. He could have said something after all that time. His mom said she didn't say anything at the party because she didn't know what she was going to do yet and didn't want everyone at the party finding out. But it still bothers me that she let me take the embarrassment instead. Or at least tell us after in private instead of letting us not talk for over a week. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Bad mom. Bad pregnant mom. I do kind of feel bad now that my boyfriend really thought I was pregnant and thought I wasn't taking it seriously. I talked to him about the engagement and if he meant what he said about stepping up. He said he had already had the ring for a while, but was waiting for the right time. And when he saw the test, he thought of it as a sign and got excited, thinking of us as a little family. He says he only said what he said at the party in the heat of the moment, thinking I was someone who would risk the baby like that. And he didn't actually mean it. And by the way, I mean it when I say you can listen to full episodes with stories just like this on your favorite podcast platforms. Just search OK Storytime wherever you listen to podcasts. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I don't care. Search it. Listen. We've got a little bit more story here.
That's a classic cool guy move right there.
Classic cool guy, taking it easy breezy, not even worried. Is that George Soros or Santos?
No, it looks like I can see
It's
that.
a classic cool guy.
Classic cool guy.
Classic cool guy. Yeah, I like that he had the ring already. Cool. So it's not just that he thought you were pregnant and was like, I guess I have to now.
That is nice.
So that's nice.
This worm still is face palming. If you can see, and the worm and I share emotions on this.
Yes, that's
We're
a
both
nice.
doing that.
I've never seen the worm like that. I like that.
Because come on, what are you doing? I mean, yes, that is great that he already had the ring, so he, this wasn't the only reason he wanted to propose. That's nice. But I mean, really? You don't want to communicate, you want her to tell you. You get engaged without talking about that. And then we think, no, my thoughts, they're leaving my brain. No, the most important thing about my thought is out of my brain now. I don't know. It's the explosion at the party of being like, hey, so now I don't even think I want to be engaged if you're gonna be a bad mom like this. It's like, okay, whoa. We really just jumped through a lot there.
Chose
your
the
fiancé.
worst possible moment to stop hiding that you saw a pregnancy test.
Yeah, literally. So you really got to work on a lot of your communication. And maybe, honestly, if you think that women can't get pregnant in their 40s, I think maybe you should research some before I have a baby with you. Can you imagine having a baby with a man who thinks that women can't get pregnant in their 40s? What else don't they know? They're not, how's he gonna know anything?
Well, I mean, it's less likely, but
for sure. It just feels like...
Just don't hide that. You find the pregnancy test and you go, hey, I found this.
I found it.
Pregnant, are you? Hello?
We just need some time.
We got a little bit more story here. I think I believe him. As of now, we aren't engaged anymore, but we are still together. I told him we really need to work harder on communication if we want to make our relationship last. A lot of comments were saying he's a red flag and stuff, and I can see where you're coming from, but this was really the only time he's been like that. I think his intentions were sweet, but came off wrong. Also, a lot of people saying we are too young to get married, but my parents got married young and are still together, so I think it depends. If we do get engaged again, I told him to actually wait until he's ready and not when he thinks he needs to. Yeah, everyone's saying that they need to run from this man and his family, but OP's got some comments here. I have been with my partner since I was 19, and this is really the only problem we've ever had other than small, random, dumb things. I don't want to throw everything away over this, and yeah, we are still young and have learning to do together. We've been together since I was 19. I feel like he had so much time to have shown me his true colors. I feel a bit like sad for him in a way because his dad wasn't much in his life, so I think when he thought I was pregnant, he really wanted to do the right thing. We're going to get an apartment together. I don't think we will get engaged anytime soon. I want to make sure we can live together first, especially after reading all the comments I'm getting. I think I always forget how young we still are because I went straight to working after high school and didn't do university. Also, we've been together since we were 19. And that is the end of that story.
Yeah, I mean, people have different
Yeah.
expectations for ages and getting married.
I just think, that's, if there's one thing that's going to make someone go a little, whoa, it might be finding a pregnancy test and not knowing what to do. He should, now he knows. Now he knows not to just marry you because you're theoretically pregnant.
Yeah, that's good that didn't come out in the wash there.
Yar.
That's good.
But that was the end of that story. And
Oh,
I
yeah,
will be
okay.
going and I will be coming back.
Oh.
But
good
for now, I
soul.
must depart.
All right.
We've got another story here.
Oh boy.
Yes, indeed.
Sure is.
My wife refused therapy for our marriage until I started pulling away.
Wait.
Quick background, late 30s, HLM, high libido male, and early 40s, low libido female. Couple. Cool.
Living La Vida Loca.
High libido male and beta female.
2 kids, 17 female and 13 female. Bedroom started passing away about 6 years ago. Back then it was solution oriented, so we talked about it.
Now, not solution oriented. We don't talk about it.
She said the desire was completely gone, that she was okay with it and had no interest in changing it or finding out why. Still, she offered and continued to over the years to have spicy sleep once a week, quote, to keep me happy. By the way, this comes from appropriate box 6783, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/okstorytime subreddit. I'm Angie,
I'm Sophia.
I'm Keon.
and we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We just know what we would do in these situations, so let us know what you would do in the comments. NOP says, I have no interest in duty spicy sleep, so I passed, which is why we haven't had spicy sleep in 5 years. It's a long time.
You described yourself as an HLM,
Yeah.
and you haven't had spicy sleep in 5 years?
Crazy.
Why are we still together? Because
Love.
the thing is, it doesn't feel like it's working, and that's why we're here.
That is why we're here, and that's why he has come to Reddit.
If it were working, I'd be like, that's all you guys.
Yeah, sure.
Your relationship. We have come to Reddit. It seems like it's not working.
Yeah.
So why did we just kind of put our HLM in a box and put it away for 5 years?
I don't know. Chores have always been shared 50-50 and childcare 65-35. We both have demanding careers, but I have more flexibility, so I did and still do more with the kids. The way she tells it, we are happily married, and if I could just get help for my spicy sleep problem, everything would be perfect. What? She thinks spicy sleep is for teenagers and 20-somethings, and we are past that, in her words.
I think your wife is ace.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible, or there's just there's a lot that goes into this stuff too. So I wonder
it could be
if
a medical thing.
Sure. Or even honestly just subconscious mind things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of stuff.
Obviously, I disagree with that assessment and have slowly started checking out now that the kids are older and can handle a potential divorce. I think 17 female is catching on. If she wasn't okay with it, she'd definitely say something, which I find encouraging. Anyway, my wife has not noticed my increasing disinterest. I spend more time away from home with hobbies, friends, and kids. Date nights are rare, and affection and intimacy are dwindling. Recently, she sat me down for a talk. It's been weird being on the receiving end of one of these. She said that she thinks our marriage is in trouble, and she's scared that she's going to lose me. She wants us to see a therapist who was well recommended by her friends. I really had to bite my tongue when she said this. Years ago, I spent months begging her to go to therapy with me. She told me that she didn't need a stranger to tell her to have spicy sleep and turned it down. My agony never meant anything to her. Now that she is the one who is scared, I'm expected to step up and do this with her. I said yes, mostly to give us one last chance. She relaxed immediately, which I think is a red flag. I think she thinks that the therapist will just tell me to stop wanting spicy sleep and we'll be happy
That's
again.
not what the therapist is gonna say.
I would hope so. Yeah. As you can tell, I'm full of resentment and an urge to respond with snark. I don't want that. At a minimum, I want our potential separation to be amicable. So how do I approach this constructively? What should or shouldn't I say in therapy? Thanks in advance. And we do have an update here, but what do we think, Sophia?
Well, I think that you should have said something 5 years ago, but
Well, it sounds like he did. And she turned it down.
yes, but I think that when someone turns down therapy, then you have to ask yourself, am I going to keep growing more and more resentful? Or am I actually going to say, we cannot continue together?
Also, was it
Yeah.
just like a one and done? Like he asked, and then like,
We don't know.
all right, that's it. I'll let you know what I tried, and you know what, she didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess we'll try in 5 years and see where we're at.
I don't know. He just seems
I'm
very
guessing-
deeply unhappy in this relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing they had multiple conversations. If he has mentioned different results of conversations of like, you know, she didn't want to go to therapy. She said that she was gonna like just have duty spicy sleep with me, and I didn't want that. Like, I'm assuming there's more conversations, but we don't really
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Duchess says he did say he begged for months.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
More so, my point is if you've had the conversation and you haven't gotten the answer that you want, then we shouldn't have stayed in a relationship that was
Or-
going to grow resentment.
Or at least a compromise or something.
I mean, there is no compromise
Yeah,
if
but-
she doesn't want to sleep together
Yeah,
with
which
him
is
at
just
all.
like, dang, she kind of hates me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I mean, regardless of what they should have done in the past, I think it's good that they're going to therapy now, or hopefully they
Yeah.
actually do.
Yeah.
Because I mean, just finding out a why would be great to know.
Yeah.
You know, like, is it truly just that you just aren't attracted to me anymore, or is
Yeah.
it truly? Is it something hormonal going on or something, or is
It's
it
like
mental
5
health?
years, of this.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a long time.
But I mean, like, you know, we've heard similar stories of like menopause and stuff with that happening. So I wonder, forget the ages. I don't know
She's
if we got
pretty
them.
young for that.
Late
Did we
30s.
get-
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never
She's
mind
pretty
then.
young
He's-
for I mean, it's possible. You can get
Yeah.
perimenopause and stuff.
Well,
Mhm.
he's
But-
late 30s. She's early 40s.
Yeah. It's still pretty young for menopause.
Yeah.
But it totally could be that
Yeah.
she just didn't do any.
Yeah.
We didn't try anything, and I feel like that pushback would be kind of a sign, at least for me, to say maybe this is maybe I have to protect my heart
Yeah.
and my happiness a little bit here and
Yeah,
say we
and-
need to go separate ways, especially now that the kids are older.
So I know went to Duck's comment. Opie said he wanted therapy, and she said no. But then there were no
Exactly.
consequences to her saying no, which
Exactly
is
my
you
point.
just it was like, all right, well, that's
5 years.
thanks. Okay, I
Yeah.
said what I wanted to say. I tried, and
Yeah.
you know what? You're not listening to me. I guess it's working out.
Yeah.
Like no.
We do have an update though. So, updated therapy is 1 step forward, 2 steps back. More confused than ever. Great. Since that post, we've had 2 appointments. I like the therapist, despite my initial reservations. First session was mostly a retread of our whole relationship. The second round was more useful as we talked about where things went wrong. This was the first pain point. I asked my wife to go first because I didn't think that she could manage after hearing my side. And I was right. She said the problem starting a couple of months ago, that I stopped paying attention to her and spent time away from home whenever I could. She was worried about the, quote, sudden change because some friends' husbands left those women quickly under similar circumstances. None of that's wrong, of course, and I acknowledged it. Then came my turn, and I said it started 6 years ago and has been getting worse ever since. I brought up the number of times we've discussed the lack of intimacy and how my unhappiness was very clear to her. This was never the talk, by the way, just gentle probing to see where she's at and how I felt about the situation. There were no demands or coercion of any kind.
Well, yeah, I mean, you guys didn't sleep together for 5 years, so not coercion.
She would always make some verbal gesture that was seemingly forgotten as soon as the conversation was over. I relayed all of this to the therapist. I talked about the slow deterioration of our non-spicy intimacy over the years and how I felt that all the effort to improve things was one-sided. I then went against some of the advice that I was given here the last time. I mentioned how I've begged her for therapy for months and she was rude, arrogant, and dismissive about it. But now that she is the distressed one, I'm supposed to show up and work on our marriage. I said I have a lot of resentment over this, and I wasn't sure if I had the ability or willingness to get over it. This is where my wife started bawling her eyes out. She apologized for dismissing me all these years, that she never realized how badly it affected me. I'm willing to buy that, to an extent, as I never accepted Duty's spicy sleep and never initiated myself after she told me she had no desire or interest. She said that she is terrified that this is all too late and that I'm going to leave her, that I'm only attending therapy to humor her. That's not entirely wrong, I suppose, but of course I didn't say that out loud. Once the crying started, it was impossible to continue a three-way conversation, so we left it there. Our homework for the next session is to separately make a few lists, things we like and dislike about our relationship, things we want in the future both individually and as a couple, and things we hope to achieve in therapy. All good stuff, and I'm already working on mine, though any advice on that is appreciated. Since then, my wife has been more affectionate, and I let her know that I appreciate it. Against all odds, she even tried to initiate spicy sleep. I said try, because I was shocked when she brought it up and couldn't immediately respond, which made her visibly anxious. I asked if she wanted to have spicy sleep, or was this for my benefit? She just started crying and left the room. I do want to talk about this with her, but I need a game plan. The second pain point came from my eldest daughter, 17 female. I mentioned in my last post that I thought she was catching on with what was going on. Well, I was right. She wanted to have a talk a few days ago. She said she could tell that her mom and I were growing apart and that I looked ready to leave. Apparently, she's okay with that and thinks that 13 female will, quote, get over it, her words, as well. More importantly, though, she's starting university next year in a nearby big city, and if we divorce, she wants me to consider living over there so she could stay with me instead of paying for a shared flat or student housing.
This girl's got
so
it all
funny.
planned. She's got it
Yeah.
all
She's
planned.
She's like, Dad, I know you're thinking about getting a divorce, and I think you should do it. And also pay for my housing in this place.
yeah, it's
Right.
like, don't do it for mom. Do it for me.
Do it for me.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
free housing,
I've
please.
planned it out. It's going to work all so well if you divorce.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone else can get over it. It's fine.
I don't want to push you to it, but you should divorce.
Yeah.
For me. I mean, for you.
Yeah.
For yourself.
Exactly. I thanked her for sharing her concerns and asked for some time. I'm going to reject her request as I believe it's better to live your uni years among peers, not with family. That aside, I feel terrible. I didn't think our distance was that visible to the kids, and it breaks my heart to see just how okay she is with it. Could that be a facade? Because this is quite mercenary of her. Doing what she asks would leave her with a lot more spending money. So maybe she is sad about mom and dad, but thinks at least this way she'll get something out of it? I know this isn't parenting advice, but now I feel like this has to be part of my calculus.
She's looking at, I don't know. That's still funny. The daughter is like, guys. She's also talking to the younger sister. Listen to me.
Yeah.
2 Christmases.
2 Christmases.
You don't understand the business opportunity we have in front of us.
Proposal.
Right.
Sharks, I want you to divorce.
Yeah. She's really making lemonade out of lemons.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I want to give therapy a chance for all our sakes, but I'm also full of resentment and don't want to give anyone false hope, especially to our children. The next session will be in the first week of January. My wife wants us to sit down and have a check-in before then. Given the above issues, how should I approach this talk? Anything I should mention or avoid bringing up? I want her to feel safe and comfortable, but without promising anything I can't necessarily deliver. Thanks in advance. And there is an update from 1.5 years later.
Oh, dang.
Oh boy.
I mean, I could totally be wrong, but I really think the only way that this marriage can progress is if we find out what the reason is for why she doesn't want to do anything spicy.
Yeah.
Because is it something medical that can be helped with medication? Is it something mental that can be helped with a therapist? Is she ace? And it can't be helped because that's just who she is and that's her identity. Because some of those we can come back from and we can work on.
Yeah.
One of those you are just fundamentally opposed.
Sure.
And you can't fit together.
Right. Yeah, I think this is definitely, because I feel like it could be so complicated too.
Yeah.
Because if she did try to initiate and then like get nervous and then cry, like I think it's very possible that maybe she wasn't that her drive was totally gone, but now that it's been so long, it's like just now there's just all this anxiety around it, like they were kind of mentioning.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Yeah, we definitely need some honesty and self-reflection from her for sure. Chell Bell says it was definitely a valid question from OP when the wife tried to initiate. She hadn't before, so why now? The threat of him leaving?
It does suck
Definitely the
because
threat of
you
leaving.
can tell the wife was trying, but also OP's been thinking about this for so long that he's like,
Yeah.
is this for me? Is this for us? Is this
Yeah.
for you?
And wait, he already said, I don't want to have duty spicy sleep.
Right.
So is this just another example of that?
It seems like she can't really think of anything else to help this situation now.
No.
So it's like, well, if there's no duty spicy sleep,
Yeah.
what else do I do? But I'm sure you could find something.
Yeah.
But we do have an update. 1.5 years later.
Oh boy. Let's see if it works.
That couple's therapy I mentioned didn't last long, and I feel it was mostly my fault. Once my wife started opening up, it quickly became clear that she herself had no idea why her desire had vanished, and she did nothing to find out why. Not an ounce of curiosity. Oh, wait. She said that since I didn't make a big deal of it either, I had refused her offer of weekly duty spicy sleep, didn't initiate again, and that was the end of our spicy sleep life. She decided, or assumed, that it wasn't important and moved on. It wasn't until years later, when some friends of ours divorced over a similar issue, she realized that this was something that could happen to her. After all, that couple were great together, and seemingly happy too until they weren't. A part of me appreciated the honesty. I knew it couldn't have been easy to admit that, knowing that it would just feed my resentment. But that's exactly what happened. Despite my best efforts, I was very irritable during our sessions. Our therapist eventually suggested that we should shelve any spicy sleep issues indefinitely and focus on restoring trust first. It made sense, and I agreed. But then life happened.
Oh.
Our eldest, then 17 female, now 19, was about to start university in another city. She expected a divorce, see post history, and wanted me to move so that she could stay with me. I said no because I wanted her to live with her peers. Around that time, my wife got an unexpected job offer that would require her to move to that city. I thought she would jump at the opportunity. She's very ambitious. We both are. But she said she was scared that if I stayed back with our youngest, then 13 female, now 15, our distance would grow and it would be the end of us. She offered to turn it down if I promised not to divorce her. Man.
You can't divorce me. It's
Yeah.
not allowed. You have to pinky promise.
This is tough. It just feels like these two people have issues that they just don't know how to deal with. And it, like that last part of just like, well, I won't do this if you won't do that. It's like, okay, well, obviously, you want to stay together. That's fine.
Yeah.
We really do got to work on that communication.
I don't know. I think they're hanging on by a thread.
It's tough.
And this thread is already broken. And they're like, if I just put my hand over the broken part,
Yeah.
then it's not broken.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough, man. Well, we still got plenty more to this story. It shocked me. The woman I knew would never even think of turning down an opportunity like that. How terrified she must have been. Instinctively, I wanted to say yes to soothe her anxiety at least, but I remembered how my ex's paramour warned me about giving false assurances and just letting her be scared.
What? Why was wait, what? Your ex's
I don't know what my ex's paramour is, I'm gonna be honest.
what does that mean?
I'm pretty sure that's a band.
Oh
Is
my
it?
word. That's not even them.
Ooh, what if I... Oh, wait, that's also wrong.
Someone sing a Paramore song.
Nobody
that
beat
was- you're right.
Keon.
I was right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm a genius.
So I said I can't promise that. She cried horribly. Despite my immense resentment, despite everything, I loved this woman. I desperately wanted to offer something, so I made a promise that I was willing to stick to. I told her that she should move, not just for the new job, but also so she can be closer to our eldest. I would stay back with the youngest until she finished school, which would take a little over a year. We would continue therapy remotely and visit on alternating weekends. If she agreed to all that, I promised to shelve any divorce plans.
And Chell Bell says that must be a commenter from the original post. That makes sense.
Oh,
Genius.
that does make a lot of sense.
Oh.
Okay, got it.
Got it.
So smart. That was a commenter. My ex's paramour is a commenter, not a band. It was just a commenter. OP was responding to a commenter.
That's why there were no spaces.
That's why there were no spaces. Makes sense. It wasn't easy. We rented a flat for her and she moved. None of us were really happy for a while. 19 female resented me for not moving and letting her live with me. A whole other can of worms. 15 female hated us both for months. But we stuck to the plan. The hardest part for me was removing any spicy-related expectations from therapy. I had agreed to focus solely on restoring mutual trust, and I didn't want to inadvertently sabotage things. A lot of you recommended individual therapy back then, but it just wasn't possible with our schedules, and it still isn't. Even couples therapy took professional sacrifices for both of us. Anyway, the therapist had us start from the beginning. How we met, how we decided we were right for each other, when and how we decided we could trust the other. It brought up a lot of questions I would have never thought to ask myself. Like, if I say I trust my wife to meet me halfway, what do I really mean by that? What sort of unstated expectations am I setting up? And if she then falls short of those, again, unstated expectations, does it affect my opinion of her? Do I trust her less? These were very uncomfortable for me, and I think she felt the same. Before, I would have said that I trusted my wife unconditionally, in the sense that she would always want what's best for us, just like I believed I did. But now I realize that's not really compatible with unstated, covert expectations. In terms of our spicy sleep life, I still believe that I was right to reject any Judy spicy sleep. She disagrees, but I assumed and expected that this would give her time and space to figure things out without pressure. But it didn't. She thought that if I could so easily reject a very willing offer of weekly spicy sleep, then it just wasn't that important to me, that it was merely a nice to have. There is some truth to this. This is so interesting, because obviously we know that there was not a lot of communication going on, but this is, I guess, just really showing the lack of communication.
That's the crazy thing to me.
Yeah.
6 years
Long time.
of no, or like little to no communication.
Yeah.
Because again, she said, "Oh yeah, you brought it up that one time, but then didn't really bring it up ever again."
Yeah, so like I thought it was fine.
Yeah,
That was
which is
chill.
kind of contrary to what OP was feeling or said at
Yeah.
the beginning.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I guess
yeah.
it's never too late to learn proper communication.
But like OP in the future, don't let resentment build for 5 years without bringing it up.
Yeah, we want to talk about our feelings.
Yeah.
We like doing those. Unlike most high libidos I've seen on subreddits, I don't associate spicy sleep with love. Never have, never will. I know my wife doesn't either. I really want spicy sleep, and I could talk all day about the whys and the hows, but it has nothing to do with my love for her. It's only the bounds of monogamy and societal norms that make her my only allowable outlet. Interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Not very schmeckshy, I know. Anyways, in her words, my rejection of that offer gave her permission to never think about our spicy sleep life or even her own relationship with spicy sleep. She couldn't know that my trust in her was eroding with every passing month of inaction. The first time she realized I was anything less than happy was when she noticed me pulling away years after that duty spicy sleep offer, and she was suddenly terrified that it was too late. In therapy, I realized how much of this was my fault. Not our lack of spicy sleep life, but the impact of it on our marriage. The covert expectations, the resentment. I apologized profusely. She did the same for her part. She said if she had any inkling of just how much it mattered to me, she would never have let it get this far, but she shouldn't have just assumed, and that was her mistake. I really appreciated that. It lifted a lot of my resentment, and we shed enough tears to fill buckets. So, where are we now? We are still in therapy, though without any urgency. It's more like a place to have controlled arguments now. The stakes are lower. Our overall intimacy and affection is much better. She is back to her witty and charming self and is very affectionate, especially in public. It's a joy to be around her again, and I make sure that she knows that. If you would have asked me a year ago, I would have said this was impossible. There is still no spicy sleep. First, it's logistically difficult. We live in different but nearby cities, and we only see each other on most weekends, and those are usually quite busy. That will come to an end soonish, but if I'm honest, that's an excuse. People who want to have spicy sleep do, come what may. Wait. Am I reading that wrong? Or a few months ago, we agreed in therapy to lift our ban on all spicy sleep talk. We could have spicy sleep in theory, but neither of us initiates or brings it up. If I were to initiate, I believe she would say yes, but I don't think I could trust that. Part of me believes that she would say yes and show as much excitement as she can because it would be proof that I'm not going anywhere, not because she genuinely desires spicy sleep with me. Another part of me knows that that's unfair. On her end, I believe she's still terrified to initiate. She has no idea how I would react, and even if I say yes, any hint of reticence on my face would shatter her confidence, and all her fears about divorce would come back. And you could always come back to listen to full episodes of stories just like this one on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app. Just search OK Storytime. There is more to the story, but...
So we haven't fixed the problem.
I mean, it seems like things are getting better.
Yeah.
See, this isn't something that's going to be fixed, like, overnight, you know?
Yeah. But now we're at like 6.5 years of no spicy sleep.
Yeah.
And or maybe more.
I think it might be more.
I think it
Maybe
might
even
be
7.5
more.
now.
Yeah. And that was like 75% of the issue. Seems like they've fixed about 30% of their issue with the intimacy and stuff.
I mean, this whole thing just seems, very complicated. I think maybe the spicy sleep issue is just kind of the front of like a lot of other issues that were going along. So it seems like they're working on those other issues, and those seem to be generally going well.
Yes.
With like, I mean, they are separated, but they're still like hanging out and being more affectionate with each other. It just hasn't quite gotten to spicy sleep yet. That seems like a big one to tackle for this couple.
I feel like I never recommend this. I think we should open your relationship. I would never recommend this for a couple that has issues.
Whoa.
But I think, hot take, she doesn't want to have spicy sleep. I don't think her opinions on this have changed at all. I think she's still scared that he's going to leave her if she never wants to have spicy sleep.
Interesting.
And I think that's why the only reason that it's really coming up on her end.
Yeah.
He, again, has said multiple times, I have high libido. I have high libido. And he also just told us that he doesn't associate intimacy or like spicy sleep with love. So I feel like maybe we have a conversation about he is able to find people strictly no love, strictly no relationship to just sleep with.
Yeah.
And then we just fulfill that desire, and I feel like we'd be a better.
Yeah, that is interesting because usually, I mean, he would have brought that up.
Yeah.
It seems like the right time to bring for him to have those thoughts. But it is interesting that he says it's not about love, but I wonder what he would say to an open relationship because
I'm wondering.
Because if he wants that from his wife, then it's like, okay, well, maybe it is more about love than you think, but he just doesn't quite realize that. You know what I mean?
Think he just doesn't want it to go anywhere else because he's very loyal.
Yeah.
Seems like he's like, we're monogamous. We've talked about this, so I'm not going to, go anywhere else.
Yeah.
Have we tried hitting her with one of these? Have we tried this?
So she leaves her?
No, you just go, that's how you initiate right there.
Just, I want you.
Yeah, that's...
With that look, that point, that open shirt and hairy chest. It's just so weird though too, because I wonder, like, when she says she doesn't like have that desire, but, okay, one thought that I did have is like, if he says that he doesn't associate that with love, and she keeps bringing it up as like an offer to kind of show, I don't know, loyalty or that she's still trying or something. Like, I wonder if that's just.
Have we tried one of these?
I hope not.
Oh,
I hope not.
But yeah, I wonder if maybe she sees it more of an act of love in a way rather than like a actual sexual desire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess you have to, because there are ace people who are okay with like not spicy sleep repulsed. They just don't seek it out, and they're like, well, my partner likes it, so yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So I guess you have to see what you have to talk to her about, like, is this actively hurting you? Not like emotionally if we had spicy sleep, or are you just indifferent to it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you need it as a part of your relationship. So
yeah.
Have we tried this?
We tried. I'm going to guess maybe not. He looks like he just did a magic trick and dropped all his cards. And he's like, now trying to get him back. He's like, oh, wait.
You can't take those. To me. Can you give those back to me? Thank you. Duchess Kasana said, who was that one guest that said scheduling it works? Yeah, there was a guest. We had a therapist who came on and said that, like.
Yeah, we don't need him. We got me.
Okay.
We got me for that.
Dakota is going to do all of the scheduling. So I know when to duck says, I regularly see a guy as a friends with benefits situation who's in an open relationship with his wife. She is ace and he has a high spicy sleep drive, and so we have fun. We're just friends. I feel like that could work. I feel like it's been so long.
That is true.
And I would hope that in that year and a half, they had done some research on other options.
Yeah, because I guess if she was interested, then she would hopefully be more interested in like finding out why she's not desiring anything.
Yeah. I don't know.
But we do have a little bit more to the story. So we're in a weird standstill now. We are happier and closer than we have been in many years, but the topic that brought us here, spicy sleep, is still unresolved and is just hanging over our heads. There is some change on the horizon though, which could shake things up. The youngest will be done with her school in a few months and will finally be in a position to live together again. That will likely mean selling our house and me moving to her, buying a new house together. The symbolism of that is not lost on me. It's a big renewal of commitment. I know she wants it, and I want it too. But I question if it's the right time. Wouldn't it be better if we made some tangible progress on spicy sleep first? I don't expect miracles. I know we won't go from years of celibacy to screwing like bunnies in a few months, nor do I expect we'll ever have a mutually great spicy sleep life. Covert expectations, remember? But I feel like some clarity would be welcome at this point, even if that's just an acknowledgement that good spicy sleep isn't on our immediate horizon. I love her and I'm willing to stay the course because we are doing well these days.
If you say so, then you say so.
There you go. Yeah.
It's on the 12th and the 13th.
Yeah, it bleeds over a little bit.
Yeah. You start it at like 7 and then it goes until like 2 a.m.
Yeah, a lot of sexy time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What? That's a lot. It's very demanding.
Yeah.
Well, good luck, guys.
Good luck. I think that you guys love each other.
Yeah.
As you said.
I think that's really what has come down to here.
But I think we gotta explore some more options of solutions. Explore ourselves. Because right now it seems like we're almost exactly where we were before, except now everything's out in the open, which is good.
Oh, yeah,
and we're working on like the non-physical intimacy, which is good, but like the problem that you had for 6 years is still there. So I feel like we need to get on that.
Yeah, it seems like they're working on it. I don't know. I have hope for you guys. I don't know why I keep just imagining this being a kind of thing where it's like, well, we love each other and we know this is a problem. And then 5 years just kind of happened. And then it's like, well, time has passed. Now we must address it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just how I'm thinking. They've got kids. I don't know.
Yeah. Good luck.
Good luck. But we do have another story coming right up.
Hey, boy. My husband's friend freeloads in our apartment and he still defends him.
Psh, get your own place. Get out of here.
I, 24 female, and my husband, 29 male, just moved from our home country to a new place for better opportunities. We have a baby and one of my husband's friends moved along with us. By the way, this comes from Weekly Budget 9487, directly from the r/OKstorytime subreddit.
What?
And if you want to submit your own stories, you can go to that exact subreddit and do that. I'm Sophia.
I'm Angie.
I'm Dakota.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we'd do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says, getting an apartment without proper documentation has been difficult because ours is still being processed. So we currently live in a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment. This is quite inconvenient as the bathroom is also inside the bedroom, hence privacy is difficult. The initial plan was for my husband and his friend to split the rent 70-30, since we stay in the bedroom with the baby while his friend took the couch. The first payment was paid fully by my husband as his friend couldn't raise his part, and the second payment is being delayed because he hasn't come up with his part. Wild to have this situation going on while you are also with baby.
Yeah, this is like the time where we gotta kind of get these things in control.
Mm-hmm. Now to the main issue. His friend, I would call him Ben, doesn't contribute to any household activity. He would wait till I cook, expect me to dish his food too, and wash only his plate while I do all the dishes. If he is the last to dish his food, he would leave the dirty pot and wash only his plate. He doesn't clean his space or clean up after himself. My husband would have to sweep, mop, and wash the toilet while I cook and took care of our baby. He is very dirty and would not wash his clothes until weeks after rotting in the wardrobe. The toilet stinks after he uses it.
You gross.
I
That
could
is-
not stand 1 minute of this.
Yeah.
I would have immediately called this out. Personally,
yeah.
I understand you got a baby, you got a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
Second, I see him going in for my food, I say, oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know your name was on this.
Right.
Where do you think you're going, mister?
Right.
Did I offer you any? No.
Yeah. Especially a pregnant woman. Don't go near a pregnant woman's food.
They have a baby.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
post-pregnant. Yeah.
I thought she was with child in a different way. Got it.
But regardless, don't go near her.
Just don't go near her and her food. I also think it's funny the thought that the toilet stinks after
Yeah.
he uses it.
It's
Like,
just stinky.
how are we? First of all, we're probably not, but are we smelling it every time after he uses it? Second of all,
Yeah.
I feel like we could understand how a toilet may stink after someone uses it.
Yeah, but his microbiome is terrible.
Even worse than normal.
Which is crazy because he's only eating your food.
Yeah.
So it's kind of your fault.
Yeah, when you really think about it.
Yeah. He would wake up in the morning, sit at the TV, wait for me to cook while he does nothing. I have spoken to my husband about it, but he has reassured me it is only temporary and it would soon be over. If he's getting groceries, he would get lots of junk, takeout, not things we need in the house, or can cook to eat. My husband and I are the ones stocking the house with food, but I'm starting classes soon and a new remote job, and I still have my child to take care of while my husband works. Would I be the a-hole if I cooked only for myself and my baby and leave my husband and his friend to sort themselves out? And we've got an update. But what do you think?
I think we gotta have a serious talk with this guy.
Yeah.
At the very least, just like some house rules.
Yeah.
Like really.
It's truly, I don't know. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
If it is that hard, then it gets kicked out.
There you go.
You know?
It is what it is. Bada bing, bada boom. You know.
Because if you have an agreement with your husband where you're home more, so you're helping out with cooking and stuff, then I don't think you necessarily have to end that agreement unless you really don't want to do it anymore. But we can literally just tell the guy, hey, I'm not cooking for you. You cannot eat this food. Figure it out. You're already living here rent free.
Right.
Just say that. You could say it nicer, but say it.
Say it.
Update. I just thought to update you about what has happened since I last posted. I appreciate all your opinions about this issue. I had a conversation with my husband about setting important boundaries and not letting Ben walk all over him, all in the name of being accommodating. Till now, Ben hasn't paid his 30% part of the rent. He went out with his friend while my husband and I bonded over some concoction rice and watched Netflix. What is concoction rice?
It's just all the different rices from all around the world.
Black
a little bit of
rice,
sushi
brown
rice.
rice, white rice,
Yeah.
Wild rice.
wow, why?
Couscous in it too.
Mm-hmm.
That's a grain.
Yeah, but they threw it in there.
It's like
a
rice.
concoction.
and
Well, then we might
decent.
as well just put quinoa in there.
Go
Let's
ahead.
do it. It's a concoction rice. There's no protein in it.
No protein.
He came in and demanded my husband change the channel to watch sports as one of his teams was playing. My husband tried explaining to him that we were watching something. Why can't he watch the sport on his phone till the show was over? He said he can't, and he should change it. My husband didn't answer, so we stood over him and kept demanding he change it and collected the remote from him. Honestly, I was just seated there, shocked from all the back and forth.
Oh boy.
I would throw a fit.
Yeah.
I'm throwing a fit.
I'm going to throw a fit too because, hey, whose house do you think you're in?
Yeah.
Not yours. That's
Angie.
for sure.
Angie.
Yeah.
I'm setting a scene.
Okay.
You are at home.
Yeah.
You're watching Drag Race. It's Friday night.
Yeah.
New Drag Race episode came out.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know. You live in your own
Watching
apartment
it.
with Riley.
Yeah.
One of Riley's friends comes in.
Yeah.
She's like, I need to watch the Chiefs play against the Patriots.
Those are two teams. You did it.
I need to watch the Chiefs play against the Patriots tonight. It's the big one.
Yeah.
I'm changing it right now.
Oh, no, you didn't. Are you kidding me? The runway's about to go on. They're about to judge everyone. How freaking dare you? And then I kick off my 6-inch boot and I whack him
You're
with
wearing
it.
6-inch boots
I'm
while
wearing,
you watch
while
Drag
I'm
Race?
sitting watching TV, of course.
Yeah.
I have to feel like I am them.
Of course.
In one way or another.
Of course, you do a drop.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I knock out his leg so he doesn't drop.
I was stunned and had to leave to the room to attend to my crying baby. I know my husband isn't a confrontational person, doesn't seem like you are either, and prefers to diffuse tension, but this is too much. Not only did he disrespect my husband in front of me, in a house where my husband pays the full rent, groceries, and cleans, while he does nothing, and he's so entitled and disrespectful. By the way, it would be disrespectful of you guys to not listen to full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. Otherwise, it would hurt our feelings.
Yeah, it really would.
There's a little bit left to this story. Any final thoughts?
You know, we're gonna kick off a boot.
Yes.
Make him drop.
Yes.
That is just crazy. The fact that he stood over him and just kept debating.
Yeah.
Like, no, I can't watch it on my phone. They're too small. I can't
Too
see them.
small.
They're too small. I want to see their faces. Their beautiful faces. I want to kiss.
They're so pretty.
bad. I
I
want
want
to kiss them
them.
so bad.
I want to kiss him.
But if they're on the TV, then I can kiss them. I can kiss your TV. And they're like, that's why the TV's so dirty recently. What
It's
was
got
that?
lip marks all over the
You've
place.
just been making out with our TV?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane. He should not be making out with their TV.
Yeah,
In
truly.
their house.
Truly.
Come on.
Stop feeding him and stop letting him watch TV. Let's put a child lock on this TV. I don't understand what his basis for tolerating this behavior is, but it's irritating at this point. I'm considering having a conversation with one of his other close friends about Ben's behavior. As far as my husband is concerned, he doesn't see any of this as a big deal. He still cooked and left his share in the pot. It's so insane. I just had to put it out here. Is this behavior normal? Am I overreacting or overthinking this? I just have a feeling this is a weird ego game Ben is playing. I stepped out now and the sports show is not on and he's not watching anything on the TV.
What happened there?
Wow. So he just wanted to assert dominance and make sure you guys couldn't watch something?
You just wanted to pee on everything?
Wow.
That's crazy.
He's peeing all over the place.
All
He's
over the place.
kissing the TV. He's peeing on the couch.
That's not acceptable. Yeah, we gotta talk to hubby and say, hey, is this just a bro thing or is this actually as crazy as I think it is?
Yeah.
Because it looks crazy.
And then you start setting boundaries. You say, I'm not cooking for him.
Yeah.
I'm not cleaning up after him.
No.
If I see that he's left something, I'm putting it in his bags. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Dirty dish in his bag.
Yeah.
Stinky toilet
In his bag. Bag in the toilet.
bag in the toilet.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there you go. Gotta look out for number one, which is you and your family.
Sure do.
Especially when someone's doing number twos.
Exactly.
Also, I looked up sexy camelback.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's just Rachel Weisz from the first Mummy movie.
What?
Is she just
Is she on Camelback?
She was on a she's on a camel.
Yeah, she is pretty sick.
She looks great.
But that is the end of that story, folks. And we've got some comments to read. We've got some comments from the video. My husband is in love with his sister-in-law. He gave her our baby's name.
Oh my gosh.
But we have a TLDR from story 2 in this video. OP has dreamed his whole life of moving to his family's 150-year-old farm and thought his wife was on board. Then, right when the farm is about to become his, she drops a bombshell. Moved to that farm and she's filing for divorce and taking their son.
What?
Turns out she's been quietly dreading this for years and never said a word. Now OP is stuck choosing between the dream he's planned his entire life around and his family. Couples counseling starts next week, but will it be enough to save everything or is it already too late? If you're curious to know the full story, you can go watch the full video. And we've got some comments.
Yes,
My goodness.
we do.
I remember the story.
I don't think I do. That sounds pretty wackadoodle.
Yeah.
Comment 1 here from Secretary of Offense 7118 says, second story, I'd be getting that divorce. This is entirely on the wife for not communicating since the beginning.
Yeah, they had the opportunity to like find some sort of compromise.
Yeah.
If, you know, the problem was ever spoken about once ever in their whole lives.
Yeah, and like from what I remember, they did have a little bit of a conversation and he just like never brought it up or like never really checked in again. But yeah, definitely on the wife to bring up that early on.
Yeah.
Coming from CCJLM8H says, second story, how old is this couple? Oh, trust, when she gets older, she's going to want that quiet life. I never used to either, but now in my 30s and we live in a quiet neighborhood, we have a decent backyard and I just want to garden and have a playground for my kids.
Sounds nice,
Yeah.
honestly.
I would like a farm. I don't know if I would want to live in a farm, but I would love to like have one.
Yeah, right? And
Just
then
to
have
go
like
to.
an apartment in the city or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the dream.
that's the dream. And enough money to fly back and forth.
Yeah. Farm in Scotland, apartment
Ooh,
in
in Scotland.
yeah, house here.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
Apartment in London. I've got 3 places.
There you go. There you go.
If I have enough money for all of this,
Right.
then I can
Living
do
the
whatever I
dream.
want.
Living the
I
dream.
can have 3 parts.
Totally.
But
Yeah, interesting. Well,
yeah.
hopefully they figured something out. Maybe it's just not time for her to go yet.
She's not. He's like, I'm sending you to the farm. And she's like,
Yeah.
what? I'm not ready to go.
Yeah, exactly.
She just doesn't understand that the farm doesn't mean like death.
like the farm that you send your pets to.
Yeah.
That's all.
But that's the end of those comments and the end of this episode. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you
And see you tomorrow.
Hey, wait a minute. Don't go anywhere. Don't leave. We have bonus stories that we think you're going to really like. So stay tuned for the next one.
My sister-in-law is upset I didn't thank her for babysitting her own children. Thank me. My 22 female brother, 35 male, surprised me 6 months ago by planning a trip to Scotland for my birthday. Wow. Nice. He knew I'd never traveled before and wanted to take me to my dream country. Due to tight finances, it was just the 2 of us, which I was okay with since at the time him and I were close. I sense some foreshadowing, and I also sense this comes from Relevant Artichoke 24. And if you want to put in your stories and give us more, go to r/okstorytime for more. So for context, my brother is married and has 2 kids under 6. His wife, 34 female, had said she was happy for me and didn't mind holding down the fort for a week while we were on the trip. Her and I had never been close and quite frankly just tolerate each other for the sake of keeping the peace. She's never been a fan of how close my siblings are with each other. It all comes down to growing up in different families, different dynamics, in my opinion. Anyways, the trip was amazing and I loved every second of it. I was on such a high when we came back that I thanked my brother so many times for doing this until he told me to shut up. Lol. I thought everything was good and we resumed our lives normally. Imagine my surprise when I get a text 3 days after coming back from my sister-in-law telling me off and calling me rude and ungrateful because I didn't send her a text thanking her for babysitting her own children and having to do everything around the house for a whole week while I had fun with her husband. Yep, that's how she worded it. Oh, God. I was flabbergasted.
Okay, so I was silent at the beginning because I didn't know what to say. I was confused by the title. Now it makes sense and ew, gross. Hey, nobody asked you to have your kids, all right? I mean, or maybe they did. I don't know. But like, they're your kids. No one's going to thank you for it.
Mm-hmm.
They belong to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's... Hey, Dakota. I fed my cat today.
Hey.
Why didn't you thank me?
Sorry, I was busy casting your gold medal that I was going to give you.
Oh, not platinum?
I'm sorry.
You
I'm sorry.
disgust me.
I'll get back in the hole. I'm sorry.
Get back there.
Sorry.
Ha!
I'm sorry.
That's what this story feels like. So, this is the same woman who smiled and told me to have fun on my trip and who's now berating me for not thanking me, doing a favor, or not thanking her for doing me a favor by taking care of her own kids for a week. Am I crazy or is this totally irrational and just weird? I told her I'm not sure taking care of your own children is babysitting or doing someone else a favor. And she blew up and called me a terrible, ungrateful brat that I never show appreciation for anything. I was so confused by all of this and called my brother, but he doubled down and told me the trip wouldn't have been possible had she not volunteered to take care of the kids so we can have fun and that I should be thanking her for doing it for me. I was and still am confused on why I need to thank a mother for taking care of her own kids. Anyway, to keep the peace, I told her thanks for doing it, but she decided I wasn't being sincere and convinced my brother to go low contact with me. My siblings and my mom were confused by all of this, but kept telling me to just bite my tongue and not stir the pot any further. But I'm just hurt and confused. My relationship with my brother has been strained since, and it's taking a toll on me. I just need to get outside opinions because I'm genuinely confused on whether or not I'm the a-hole in this whole mess. And this is my first time posting. English is my first language, so excuse any errors. We have an edit coming up. But Dakota.
Sorry, that apology did not meet the bar. 100 years jail. No more talking to your brother. 10,000 years jail. What are you talking about? You ask for the apology that you shouldn't be receiving because they're your kids, right?
Yeah.
And then she gives you the apology, and you're like, actually, you've made everything worse. Now your brother can't even talk to you. That sounds like something completely outside of this context.
I don't get it. Papa Squaddle, we are now.
So
Riley's really watching us.
where was I before the nuts derailed me?
We just talked about how insane they are.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang. Those nuts distracted me. I can't.
We do have an edit.
Riley, are you
I'm
going to
gonna
come in
read-
here and
I'm
distract
gonna read
all of
so I
us?
could not be feeling Riley's. I can hear it so clearly in my ear. Edit. I can't reply to everyone.
I like this.
Ooh. So let me clear up a few things I should have included. They do not share finances. Oh. And she has never spent any money on anything related to me. Also, last year she took a trip with her siblings abroad as well. And no, I don't know if her siblings thanked my brother for watching the kids. Finances were tight as my brother was paying for this out of pocket and wouldn't have been able to take anyone else with us. Plus, this trip was a birthday gift, not a family trip, so no one expected to join. I did thank them both when I was first told about the trip, and I asked my brother if he was sure it was okay for us to go, and he assured me we were set and I only needed to have fun. I later learned that she didn't contribute anything to the trip, and she said that she wouldn't have wanted to take a trip with me anyways. Ouch. Hope this clears something up. And then we have the update. Everyone for the insight on my previous post. This post kind of blew up in the way I wasn't expecting, and the responses were overwhelming, but I now understand that I did not react correctly to her text. This is a long update since a lot has happened. To clear things up, before I continue with the update, a lot of you are fixated on the fact that I said finances were tight. I didn't mean their overall finances. They have separate finances from my understanding. They only share finances when it comes to their household and kids. Anything else they pay for out of their own pockets and don't interfere in what they spend their money on, so long as the kids are good and the household is running smoothly. Since my brother was paying for this trip, he missed it. Since my brother was paying for this trip on his own, he couldn't take many people with him, as that would put a bigger financial burden on his personal savings. They're doing fine financially. They take family trips once a year. I did thank them both. When I was initially told about the trip, my sister-in-law made a single comment about how this was all my brother and she didn't contribute to the trip at all. Last year, sister-in-law and her siblings went on their own trip while my brother took care of everything, and he was fine with it. My family dynamic is apparently confusing you guys, but we're 5 siblings that are very close and that hang out regularly and have a close bond with our mom, especially since our dad passed away. We're from an Asian country, and the culture here and the bonds between families are different from the West. To those who said, maybe she's salty, I'm getting a trip, when I've never helped them out, I babysat my sister-in-law's babies 5 days a week for months.
That's a full-time job.
That's a full-time job. Each time her maternity leave ended, and each time they stopped needing me to help out, only my brother thanks me, and that's fine with me. Sister-in-law has never thanked me or my siblings for anything we do for them. So it's like, hey, you should thank me for watching my own kids, but I don't need to thank you for watching my kids.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
Sounds
That's
like
loopy.
it sounds like sister-in-law is just trying to isolate the brother, trying to get him away from the family.
That's a great call out.
That's where I was going before the nuts distracted me.
Control.
Yeah, it's that she's and it's like could have been anything. She just found an opportunity to isolate the brother and took it.
Wow.
Because it's ridiculous. It's nonsense.
It is so stupid. It is. I mean, the one thing I will say is, like, if, two parents are parenting the kids, that is an increase in the work. And that is, if anything, why is Why is brother not thanking her?
Yeah.
That's his wife.
Where's the brother at?
Why not be mad at, hey, why don't you thank me for, me watching the kids all by myself, and then you go off on this Scotland trip? Like, that's the person who should be thanking.
Well, it low-key sounds like the brother doesn't have a backbone or thinks for himself because he's, after this fiasco has gone lower contact, the relationship is strained.
Are you telling
So
me
he
that
couldn't stand up to his wife.
that's his spine? Is this a,
Ooh.
is that a
Whoa.
Pretty much,
3D
yeah.
representation
a
of his
goopy jellyfish
Hey, no visual humor.
spine.
That's
For
funny.
all our listeners,
floppy arm.
John's flopping his arm all over the place because
You
it's
can
a
hear it.
floppy little jellyfish of a spine.
It doesn't work. It's a loose spine, ladies and gentlemen.
And also,
it's water.
for all our listeners, we all look super cool. And you should come check it out.
Dakota has a vendetta against the audio listeners.
No, I don't.
Let them listen.
You may listen forever. I just, come take a look. I don't know.
See, he wants it. Oh, so, she says the fact that we're so eager and willing to drop everything to take care of each other is weird and unhealthy. It's the opposite. I did thank her once. I realized I should keep the peace and tell her what she wanted to hear. Still, she didn't accept my thank you after I made the babysitting your own kids comment. I understand I was the a-hole for saying that now, since a lot of you pointed out that it was rude and that I'm not a mother and don't get it.
What comment? Wait, what?
Okay, so when Opie said, she's like, why don't you thank me for babysitting the kids? She's like, they're your own kids. I mean, why would someone thank you for babysitting them? Apparently, I guess people in the comments were saying that was
I
rude
guess
or not
the only
time.
thing I'd see about that is it's less about the kids and more about thanks for giving us the opportunity to have this trip.
Yeah, again, she is taking on an extra load so they can go. That is true, If she, yeah.
Keon, don't let me hear that again. Nothing. The people who were listening, the people who are here will know what happened, what Keon did. It's okay, and we have a wheel spin, guys. We did it. Hey, we did it.
We got a wheel spin.
We did it. We got a wheel spin. Look at that.
Don't worry, we're halfway through the story, so we're gonna get to that.
Yes.
Right after.
Let's hit the.
Okay.
We're gonna hit the gas. I'm gonna
We'll
shut
hit
my
the gas.
mouth and we're gonna hit the gas.
So, since a lot of you, but to be fair, her texts were full of insults. She kept doubling down on the fact that she was stuck babysitting because of me. Many of you asked why I wasn't offered the ticket and went on my own. In our culture, women, especially young ones, don't travel on their own without a family member or their husbands. It's not about control, but more out of protection for us. So going on my own wouldn't have been an option. On to the update. Strap in. This is a long one. Oh, God.
I'm strapped.
So I talked with my mom to better understand the situation, since many of you said I am not a mother and don't get it. And she said that my sister-in-law worded it wrong, but maybe she just wanted gratitude for helping my brother out because being a parent isn't easy. That is way more reasonable.
Yeah, but also
Again, to the brother.
these comments, there's a lot of comments coming in that it's not babysitting. They're your kids.
Yeah.
They're yours.
I think she lost it when she said babysitting.
Yeah, that's not what this is.
Like-
That's would you would call it the same thing if your husband was there, just there'd be two babysitters then.
Right?
So
Who do they go to then? Are they like, hey, mom, shouldn't you thank me for watching the grandkids? And they're like, well, yeah, but it's your children. But yeah, shouldn't you thank me? I mean, they're your grandchildren.
They write a
Where's your
complaint
logic?
to the Better Business Bureau and they say, we're being overworked. We're babysitters and we literally never get a break.
They have a one-star parenting business over here for me.
Crazy.
Weeble says it's called parenting, guys.
There we go. Thank you, Weeble Wobble.
Come on. I understand that I reacted to her messages wrong when I could have just said a simple thank you, but neither I or my mom understands why she is so aggressive in me towards me in her texts. The aggression is what made me become so defensive. I found out from my siblings and my mom that my brother only paid for the tickets and the accommodations, and that my eldest brother is the one who provided the pocket money for food. and buying stuff on the trip. Yeah, that was a yawn. And that my siblings chipped in, but didn't want the credit since my brother wanted this trip to be like a thank you for helping them out so much with their kids over the years, and that he cleared it with his wife and that she had given him the go-ahead. Wow, a reasonable interaction. Would you look at that?
Look at that. Look at that. Nature is healing.
She also told me that she had asked sister-in-law if she wanted to come with us on the trip and leave their kids with my mom. She literally had the opportunity to go on the trip and not have to watch the kids.
It was right there.
It was literally right there.
It was right there.
Because my mom was fine with that. But what did she do, Dakota? Did she say, yes, you know what, let me take a break, let me go experience this new country? Is that what she said, Dakota?
Nah, she probably was like rude about it somehow.
She declined.
Mm-hmm.
She declined.
Mm-hmm.
As she and I aren't close, and it would have been weird for the both of us.
Oh.
That is, wow.
Oh, yeah, and you definitely haven't made it weird at all. Post-trip. Yeah, nothing has been weird.
My mom told me that my brother actually asked her to check in every day with sister-in-law to make sure all was well and to see if she needed anything. She also said my brother asked sister-in-law's sister to check in on her as well. It turns out that sister-in-law had taken the week off work. I didn't know that. And 4 out of the 7 days we were in Scotland, she dropped her kids off at my mom's house. And the other 3 days, when my mom called sister-in-law had said that she had her sisters with her and didn't need any help, aka the sisters were watching the kids with her, I guess. So what the heck was she so mad about? It's clear to me that she wasn't abandoned by my brother, as some of you suggested. My siblings initially wanted to just keep the peace, but after I showed them sister-in-law's texts, they were surprised and appalled by her words. They thought this whole thing was a simple misunderstanding and now understand that it had become bigger and that my brother and I aren't talking.
You're misunderstanding. It's not a misunderstanding.
Oh, she was clear. She was clear.
No,
she knew what she
sucks.
said.
She just sucks.
She just sucks. She literally didn't even barely watch the kids. 30%. She was with her mom for 4 of the 7 days.
She doesn't even care, dude. She calls it babysitting. Like, bad mom alert. Straight up. Bad mom alert. Beep whoop, beep whoop. That's the bad mom alarm. It's going off.
Dude. Oh, jeez. My sister decided to investigate and called my brother to understand why it happened. Turns out, my sister-in-law told him that my mom and siblings didn't check in on her at all, which is a lie. My sister even dropped off food for them twice, and that the kids were upset that their dad left them and were probably throwing tantrums all the time. Also, probably not true. And that this wasn't what they had agreed on when he told her about the trip months ago. He was too busy trying to calm my sister-in-law down to confirm with the family whether or not it was even true. My sister then asked him if he'd seen the text his wife had sent me, and he said that he hadn't, but that sister-in-law told him that she asked me for a simple thank you for all her hard work and that I blew up at her and told her she didn't deserve anything since she didn't pay for the trip and that she was entitled.
Okay.
You know, we did get a recap of the text in Dakota. Did we hear those extra details? No.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
We didn't hear that, chat. But here we are, saying things that are lies. He said he was hesitant about believing that since he knows I'd outright disrespect someone like that even if I don't get along with them, but she insisted that it happened and she has no reason to lie. Show the texts. Just show the text.
The evidence is there.
The evidence, it's literally so easy. It's like, well, I don't think she would text something like that. Read them.
Hey, there it is.
Read the and OP like send them. Like, come on. But she insisted that it happened and that she had no reason to lie. And as her husband, she needed to support not his questioning. And that's why he sent me the text saying that I needed to thank her. So I'm just blindly supporting the wife. My sister then let my brother know about everything that happened and told him, much more like demanded, that they apologize to me, which I didn't think was necessary. I just wanted my brother to talk to me again, but he sounded upset and told her he'll figure this out after talking with his wife. We have a new section titled, Spoiler Alert, It Didn't Go Well.
Ah, good.
You don't say.
So I'm going to guess it doesn't go well. We have a new section titled, Spoiler Alert, It Didn't Go Well.
Ah, good.
You don't say.
So I'm going to guess it doesn't go well. Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
Divorce or not? Let's pull it. Divorce or not? I'm going straight for the jugular.
Well,
What do
the
we got?
problem
Talk to
is
me.
that I don't think that OP's brother is able to do the divorce unless the wife tells him it's okay. The sounds
Doesn't
of
have
it.
permission.
Wife is gonna have to greenlight that divorce, and
Think how often he'll have to thank her for watching the kids during her custody time. Dude, this is going to be so many thank yous. 50% of his life, he'll be thanking her.
dang, like the craziest thing would be like if it was weird. The craziest thing would be like if these aren't her kids, but like,
Wait.
how would that make any sense? You know what I mean? Like,
Dude, I love this as an absolute Hail Mary conspiracy theory. Somehow the woman who birthed them, they're not her kids.
like it's all.
She when she went into labor, it was just a hallucination.
She
Each
did
time.
she did a Raising Arizona, and she took the kids for the tax credits, and now she's like, oh, I'm so sick of this. I didn't realize that there'd be strings attached to these tax credits,
Or-
namely that I have to take care of them.
What if the husband had affair babies, hires a hypnotist to think that she gave birth? She's hypnotized during the entire delivery.
Hey,
And-
hey. Come back to reality.
All right.
And then they're not hers.
Okay.
Kids, come on.
We're going to see.
Not
Maybe-
her kids.
Maybe
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
right. Guys,
Yeah, yeah.
are me and Dakota right? Let us know. By the way, before getting into it, 93% says divorce. Chat, 93% of chat said divorce. Wow. Well, spoiler alert, didn't go well. My sister-in-law. The yawns! The yawns! Sister-in-law and my brother had a massive fight, and he demanded to know why she lied and caused so much drama. And she broke down and told him that he was too close to me and my siblings, and that she hated how my whole family babied me. I'm the youngest. And that his siblings' relationship with each other made her uncomfortable, and she just wanted him to put a little distance between himself and us because her family isn't as close to each other, and kept telling her that our close dynamic is weird and toxic. You're weird and toxic.
Yeah, straight up. Couldn't have said it any better myself.
He told her he told her that her behavior is unacceptable and that she caused a rift between not only him and I, but also with the rest of his siblings as well, because now they're mad at him. My brother did call me and he apologized for doubling down on what his wife said. He said it was already tense in their house and he was just trying to keep the peace, God, and be supportive, but he shouldn't have treated me this way when deep down he knew I wasn't at fault. He also let me know that for the time being, sister-in-law will go no contact with my siblings and I while they go to marriage counseling, and sister-in-law goes to therapy because her behavior wasn't normal. He sounded exhausted and defeated, and I just told him we're all here for him if he needs us. He's made it clear that the no contact is only for sister-in-law, and he assured me that he won't limit his contact with me and apologized for doing so without even talking to me first. I asked him if he'd like me to reach out to her and apologize for what I said and give her a sincere thank you, but he said no. Yeah, I feel like that would just make her go, just transform. Just absolutely mutate into the Hulk.
She would become Megatron.
You
She'd become
dare.
the leader of the Decepticons.
You dare give me the fakest apology the world has ever seen at this time?
It's crazy. This lady is not someone you want to be married to.
That is so true. Oh my God.
Does Facebook need a TLDR? Okay, here's the TLDR, Facebook. OP's sister-in-law is a kind of a demon who's trying to isolate her husband, OP's brother, from the rest of his family, and she's now called the fact that the siblings are all close and friends with each other, toxic and weird, which is, I am rubber, you are glue. What you say bounces off of me, sticks to you, because she is toxic and weird.
Yeah.
And that is it.
That's point blank the end. That's all she wrote.
Riley, you owe everyone in the room $5.
$5. $5. I completely agree. But do we want to see how this ends with this monster?
I do.
I asked him if he'd like me to reach out to her, apologize for what I said.
Hold on, John. Let me turn off this damn.
Yeah.
Why
let's
is
do it? It ran into the
Jesus.
pokey thing and.
The one who's not even sitting here has more ADHD than all of us combined.
Oh boy. So, brother said that it was never about gratitude to begin with, that it's actually a bigger issue between them that they need to figure out on their own, that we shouldn't contact sister-in-law unless she reaches out first, as she doesn't want to have any contact with us. Low key is true, and she's crazy. Why would you want to talk to her anyways?
100%.
He apologized for her language with me on the text, but I told him not to worry about it. Safe to say that sister-in-law's relationship with us is never going to be the same again after this. And to be honest, I wasn't the biggest fan of hers, but I was civil and polite to her in the past because my brother loves her and we've never had any issues prior to this. I do feel really guilty that all of this happened because of the trip planned for me, but my siblings keep telling me it's not my fault, which it isn't. My mom says that I should have just thanked my sister-in-law and kept the peace instead of having this all blow up so much. But my siblings told her that even if I had apologized, it wouldn't have mattered, as my sister-in-law would have found something else to cause a problem. But they also told me what a lot of you had mentioned in the comments, that saying thank you was the polite thing to do, and that taking care of kids full-time is not the same as babysitting them for a few hours, and it would have been good to tell her that she's appreciated. But they understand that I don't have the understanding of what it means to be a parent, and that having someone basically verbally attack me wouldn't have made me reciprocate with kindness. Exactly. And I get it. I was ignorant about it, and I acknowledge that. I think people are being way too harsh about OP in the comments about that.
Yeah, it's true. It's a little thing. That's a small thing where it's like, she literally had the opportunity to not do it. She said no, and then it's like, you went on this trip, and then she was like, where's my freaking gold medal? It's like, no, it's like, okay, you can go and be like, hey, thanks for shouldering the kids for what, a weekend?
A week.
A whole week? Okay.
Grandma had him for 4 days. And the sisters were over for the 3 days.
Yeah, and then it wasn't even that much. So it's like, get over yourself.
You did like 10% kid watching.
No, Riley, you
10%.
can't escape. You're getting paddled. Everyone in the chat is yelling that you deserve to be paddled. By the way, guys, that balloon wasn't even next to the mic. It was like in the hallway. That's how loud that balloon was.
Yeah.
No, what are you doing? He's running away. Get paddled.
Give
Get
us
over here.
those cheeks.
Yes.
There we go. That is something we'll accept. We will accept that. Now, there's a lot more details, but the gist of it, brother-in-law and sister-in-law's marriage is strained right now. The whole world is falling apart.
And the screw just fell out of the chair Keon's sitting in.
And so is
I'm
his
really
relationship.
scared, guys. Maybe it's the ghost. I
gotta
don't
get a new
know.
chair. But I hope everything works out okay. I really love my partner and hate seeing him so defeated. Part of me wishes we never went on that trip because all this drama is so draining. And to clarify something, the only reason I was questioning the whole I babysit my kids as a favor to you is because I always see people criticizing fathers and calling them out because kids are the parents' responsibility and not a chore or a favor for anyone. I thought this applied to both mothers and fathers, but perhaps I was mistaken because my only point of reference on this topic is what I see on the internet, as I'm not a mom, and since a lot of you have said that I'm an a-hole and that she deserved a thank you and a gift. By the way, you'll never be an a-hole because you can listen to full episodes of stories just like this.
That's right.
Go to Spotify, search OKstorytime, and check it out. We're gonna finish the story.
Finish the story first.
I messed up the thank you part, but I did buy her a magnet for the fridge since she likes to collect them. I went a little crazy and brought back little souvenirs for myself and everyone else as well. And it would have been weird and rude with her kids. And it would have been weird and rude to give her kids gifts and not her. So I got every single family member a small Scottish themed present. I was excited about being in Scotland. Lol. Thank you all for your insights and advice. I really appreciate it, whether you thought I was or wasn't the a-hole. All your opinions put things into perspective for me. Some comments were outright nasty, though, and I didn't think name-calling was productive or necessary. But oh well, that's the internet.
Hey, ain't that the truth?
Ain't
That the truth?
the truth?
I want to back out from my brother's wedding because my high school bullies will be there.
Beat 'em up. Beat 'em up. I won't say that slowly, so that way it cannot get
Just did a
noticed
little bing
in the
bop,
wrong way.
bing bop, boom, 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 bop, bam.
Yes.
My brother B, who we'll call
Benny.
Benny.
is getting married to his fiancé F.
Franny.
Franny.
Benny and Franny. Franny went to the same high school as me. I used to be mercilessly bullied in high school and didn't have any friends, which led to a horrible period of depression and anxiety. I now mainly deal with suppressing those memories and cutting off contact with people I knew from high school. Not sure if that's the healthiest way to do that. By the way, this comes from user Pup Banana. And if you want to submit your own stories, you go to the OK Storytime subreddit and you submit it there.
Oh, baby.
Okay, here we go. Franny used to be a part of the mean girl clique, who were especially terrible to me. But to be fair, she was more of a follower in this clique. She never directly bullied me, but she used to just laugh along when her clique made fun of me. When Benny started dating Fanny, I was shocked. He had and I had a hard time dealing with it because it brought back what her clique used to do to me. If I ever brought up something they did, Franny usually just laughs it off, saying she doesn't remember, and that they probably were just young and stupid. It took a lot of convincing by Benny and a lot of time working on myself for me to finally forgive Fanny and accept her as my brother's girlfriend. Benny and Fanny are now engaged, and Benny asked me to be his best woman. I accepted and even agreed to help out with Fanny's side of wedding events because her maid of honor has too much on her plate. The wedding planning has been going smoothly so far until Fanny told me she was going to invite her high school clique to her bachelorette party when she can have it. I immediately felt the old anxiety come back and asked her if they will be invited to the wedding too. She said, yes, and learning that nearly crushed me. I spent some time thinking about it, and I don't think I could be at the wedding if those people are there. Fanny at least never tortured me herself, so I can handle it, but seeing her gang leaders again would very likely trigger my depression, or worse, send me into a panic attack at the wedding. I told Benny that I might need to pull out of the wedding because of that, but I can still help however I can with the wedding planning as long as I don't come into contact with Fanny's old gang. Benny is very upset and says I'm only thinking of myself, and clearly I don't want to be at his wedding because I still don't accept Fanny as his future wife. He also told me I should move on from whatever happened in high school. But even if I try to do that, a high-stress event like his wedding would be the worst time to test if moving on works. Am I the a-hole? I mean, no. I'll say no, but you're not doing yourself any favors by not actually getting the professional help you need to move on and cope and process whatever happened to you, in your brother's words, in high school.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't. While he doesn't have the right to say, "Oh, just like get over it." It's like, okay, if you have that, like, get the help. Get the help.
So we have an edit. Thanks so much to everyone who has sent supportive messages in the comments. I got a temporary ban for getting into a spat with a troll who called me an attention seeker. Stupid, I know. So I couldn't continue replying to people, but I really appreciate the support. Now, I think it's stupid that you got banned for arguing with a troll. That's what I think is stupid. I don't think Benny and Fanny are bad people at heart. Benny just really wants me at his wedding, and Fanny, despite our past, has become quite nice and has made efforts to improve her relationship with me. We're still not BFFs, but I recognized her efforts enough to help with the wedding. This new development is just unfortunately too emotionally charged. As of now, Benny is saying he will stop talking about it, but he's saving me a seat at the wedding no matter what, and hopes it won't be empty. It's the best reaction I can hope for at the moment, and I hope we can work it out before the wedding. And we have an update.
Oh.
We have an update. Hello, this update might not be that interesting, but in my last post, I couldn't answer all the questions due to a temporary ban, and some folks asked for some updates. So here they come.
Here we go.
Like I said in my last post, I don't think Fanny is a bad person. She tried hard, very hard, to grow closer to me after our rocky start. It's a lot of small steps I can't describe, but one example is how she made a point to remember my favorite food to cook or find out what I like to help Benny pick presents for me. I really did appreciate the effort, which is why I got over my initial disapproval of the relationship, even if she never outright apologized to me. Right after I posted, the situation was tense for weeks. I barely talked to Benny, and our mom heard I didn't want to be at the wedding and got upset at me too. The weird thing was our mom being mad actually turned Benny around. I told Benny once how mom told me to just get over it when I was being bullied. So when she was ranting at me for being selfish, Benny snapped and told her it was partly her fault this was happening too. There were lots of fears over a few days. There were lots of tears over a few days, but at the end, I managed to tell Benny everything I went through. Benny got mom to back off and told me he wouldn't be mad or pressure me anymore, but he would still like me to be at his wedding if I feel better. What happened next with Fanny actually was the most shocking thing. I still didn't talk to her after I reconciled with Benny because we both felt too awkward, and her bachelorette party went on without me. After the party, Fanny finally reached out. Turned out when her old clique went to her party, she got them to write an apology to me.
Oh. Plot twist.
Oh. Okay. She gave me an apology letter signed by them and herself, plus some notes from the girls who wanted to add their own apology. It was surreal to get those notes, and it took me days to finish reading because I kept crying.
Wow.
Honestly, I still don't know how to feel about them or how much they actually helped, but what I decided was that this was clearly an effort to mend things from Fanny's side, and I should meet them halfway.
Okay. Wow.
This is the least expected thing I could have ever predicted.
Same.
My intention now is to try to make it to the wedding, since Benny and Fanny have done their parts. With that said, I'm still worried about my mental state when the day actually comes, and I'm talking to Benny about backup plans in case I can't feel better enough by then. I'm looking into therapy, yes, and I have tried 2 different therapists. Neither feels quite right yet, since I still feel very uncomfortable talking about what happened, but I'm actively looking for options to resolve my issues. This is probably one of the better ways my situation could have played out. Agreed. And I'm lucky that I got Benny back on my side. For those who came out with their own bullying experiences, please know that you are in my heart, and I truly hope we can all get better together. Please take care and stay strong. I probably will log out of this throwaway and read the comments logged out, so I apologize if I miss any messages. Thank you to everyone. And guess what, guys? There's a second update.
Whoa.
What the heck?
Dude.
What just happened?
Dude.
Is Fanny a W?
Fanny might be a W.
Was Fanny actually not messing around? Or was it not just like BS when it was like, yeah, like Fanny wasn't really in the clique, but she was?
Well,
I was just like.
Do we know how old they are now? It's
Yeah.
got to be, what?
I was gonna say the biggest word here is maturity. Like they were kids, or not kids, but like, you know what I mean. Like
They were youngins.
Update number 2.
Oh.
Hello. It's been a while since my last update.
Oh, God.
And I don't know if anyone still cares about this. Well, I can assure you we do, because your update for us was 5 seconds ago. I did get some DMs checking in on me, though, so I'm posting this to give some closure to the people who were invested. As of my last update, you probably remember that Fanny sent me the apology letter signed by everyone who bullied me, and after I got that letter, Fanny reached out again to say she wanted to sit down and finally have a talk about what happened in high school. At that point, we were about 2 weeks away from their wedding. I was still a bit shaken, but after reading the letter, I felt like I could start getting over it, and I didn't want to derail from their wedding preparations, so I told Fanny that I appreciated what she did and we should definitely have a talk, but I assured her I knew we could get through it, and her and Benny's relationship is strong, so we can leave the big convo until after the wedding. She agreed, and we set a tentative plan to have the talk. About 1 week before the wedding, though, Fanny's grandma's health took a turn for the worse, and it looked like she wasn't going to make it to the wedding. Fanny was very close to her grandma and desperately wanted her to see them get married, so they decided to have a small ceremony at their house with just family. We luckily still had decorations from Fanny's bachelorette/bridal shower. Fanny's niece baked an adorable wedding cake, Fanny's brother officiated, and I gave my brother away. Fanny's grandma and my parents could only join through video, but it was still a really sweet wedding. They were going to still have the reception afterwards, but unfortunately, Fanny's grandma passed 3 days before the date. Grandma passes 3 days before the date. They decided to postpone the party for the family to grieve. They lost some money, but luckily some vendors allowed rescheduling. The silver lining was that the impromptu wedding became a very cherished day for both Fanny and Benny. Benny told me afterwards that he was glad he could have me at his wedding after all, and since I was already at his real wedding, it would be up to me whether I wanted to go to the party later on. The wedding finally happened just last month, and I went. I attended as a guest only, though, and I asked Benny if a cousin could take on the best man duties that day instead. Having already had the real ceremony take away a lot of the wedding stress, so Benny ended up being cool with it. Fanny's high school friends were there too, and though I got their letters, I decided to just avoid them. I had just started dating a longtime close friend and brought him to the wedding, and I felt so lucky having him there to distract and shield me from them. All in all, everything wedding-related ended very well, and Benny and Fanny were very happy.
Well, that's good.
Fanny and I did try to clear things up after the wedding. Fanny told me that she really did not remember me at first, and it only slowly came back to her after a while. By then, it was too awkward to bring up again, so she just tried to make it up to me by being extra nice and buying me gifts. She apologized for not admitting it to me and for not apologizing to me before, and I believe she was sincere. She also wanted to tell me why she was still friends with my old bullies.
I was curious.
Yes. But she said it wasn't an excuse, but just a reason. Apparently, despite being terrible to me, they were quite good friends to her and helped her through some very difficult times. The girls who directly bullied me also had a lot of their own issues, like the meanest girl suffered from an eating disorder and had a failed unaliving attempt in the final year of high school after I had changed schools. It was more than I wanted to know about my bullies, but I guess people are complicated. And at least they were nice to someone else, I guess? After a lot of talking and crying, Fanny and I landed on an okay place. I can't stop her from having her friends in her life, and I'm trying to deal with my issues, but I still don't want to interact with them, and she's going to have to plan around that if she has any future events. And by the way, I know a future event.
What's that?
Oh, it's just the full episodes that have stories like this that are released on the daily and the nightly and the ever so rightly. All you got to do is go to Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts from. Type in OK Storytime in the search ding-a-ling, and there we are.
What's a search ding-a-ling?
That's the greatest event I can imagine, Dakota.
It's an event
Greatest
for
event
your
ever.
ears.
Ooh,
You know?
ear event.
So, OP continues, I'm also a bit embarrassed to admit that I dropped my search for a therapist after a few tries. OP, what did I just say? What did I just say? I couldn't find one that I could feel safe around, which is valid. And after my trial sessions, I ended up feeling worse, so I paused the search to gather myself before trying again. What has helped is my brother finally understanding me and my boyfriend, who had known about my bullying experience since college, supporting me. Even listening to Fanny's stories also weirdly kind of helped. Like, I feel like I can address things now. So, yeah, it's closure. So I think for now, the help I need is from my partner and family and a therapist. And I can try therapy once I'm in a better place. The therapy is what's going to get you. So sorry that was so long. This will probably be my last update, and I hope it gives everyone reading some closure as well. Psych. Thanks again for everyone who left me supporting comments and messages, and know that I'm sending you all of my good vibes. And that's the end of that story.
There we go.
We've got a comment. It says, from Pup Banana.
That's
from
okay,
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for your kind comments. My relationship with my brother actually had a bit of a complicated history due to my parents driving us apart during their divorce, so I think we just needed to get things out and talk about it. Yeah, I really didn't mean to make him out to be a villain, and we are just complicated people with our own wounds. We definitely still need to work more on our relationship, but things seem to be going well. Thanks again for your kind comments. Group therapy now. Hey, look at that. You can go to therapy with your brother.
There we go.
Yeah. It sounds like
the
maybe
whole
you guys
family's
both need
invited.
it from some kind of tumultuous. There was a lot of tumult.
Trauma bond.
Tumultuousness.
Whole family's invited. Get in on it.
True. It's fun for the whole family. And by fun, I mean excruciating hard work that pays off in the end.
Oh, yay.
I mean, it's not always, okay, I don't want to dissuade anybody from therapy.
Yeah,
Therapy's
yeah.
not always excruciating, okay?
Yeah, I think.
But, like, it can be really rough to, like, look at stuff in the mirror that you thought you had a handle on, and then you realize, oh my God, I actually don't have a handle on any of that.
And I do feel like even in those moments, it's like just being able to, again, just let it out.
Yeah.
You know, that is very cathartic, and we just don't have much room. I mean, you know, it's especially like the deepest, you know, personal problems.
And dude, sometimes you need a therapist to like call you on your stuff. Like I went to therapy for like some stuff, and like I had told friends about like my trauma in the past, and like, you know, they would say some stuff, and I thought I had it understood. I was like, oh, I'm an expert. I know exactly what happened. I know exactly what did. I had some weird stuff, and then went to a therapist, and therapist was like, I said something that I was like ironclad fact.
Yep.
And my therapist is like, "Are you? No, I don't think so." And I'm like, "Buh?
Huh?
Buh? What? What do you mean?" He's like, No. It's probably this." And I just wept. I was like, "Oh God, he's right.
That's the work.
Oh, the truth.
That's the work, baby.
Ah! And
And are you better for
and
it?
clearly I'm a fully regulated and well-adjusted human adult now.
Look at him
I mean,
flourish.
I don't want to make it weird or anything, but yeah, I could probably use more therapy, but you know, it's cool. Everyone could use a little more therapy, probably.
like a trainer. Like a physical
Right,
trainer at the gym. It's like, oh, do I not want to just, you know, get a little better and, you know, hey, maybe there's an exercise you've done 1,000 times. Maybe you're getting kind of lazy at it. Like, oh, I've done this a million times. You know, it just helps.
Mm-hmm.